Hawks and playing second base, number 1, Isaac Gomez. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 11, Robert Whitaker. Batting third and catching, number 6, Parker Aaron. Batting fourth and pitching, number 15, Eric Stone. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 13, Austin Peterson. Batting sixth, designated hitter, number 8, Trevor Wilson. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 4, Cooper Brennan. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 3, Maxton Sosa. Batting ninth and playing left field, number 30, Tanner Bang. And starting at third base, number 19, Eli Stebbins. Now, introducing the starting lineup for your Fort Collins Lambkins. Leading off the Lambkins and pitching today, number 28, Jude Miller. Batting second and playing center field, number 13, Sean Tover. Batting third and catching, number 5, Oliver Stanovich. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, number 12, Dylan Rubenstein. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 5, Gino McElhinney. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 18, Matt Bronson. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 16, Caden Souders. Batting eighth, designated hitter, number 19, Ben Hopper. Batting ninth and playing second base, number 1, Nathan Snyder. And starting in right field today, Matthew Iverson. The Lambkins are led by head coach Tad Lane and assistant coaches Mark Moran, Alex Gonzalez, and Curtis Peterman. The Hawks are led by Coach Ralph Garcia and Jeffrey Martinez. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. The flag is located above the press box.
Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to the Lambkin Sports Network. Today's contest will be the varsity baseball game between the Horizon Hawks and your Fort Collins Lambkins. The rain has given way a little bit. It was raining a little bit, hail earlier, but we are good now, and I think we're ready for some baseball action. On the mound today for the Lambkins is going to be number 28, senior left-hander Jude Miller. Miller can bring it. He's got a good fastball. He's got a decent off-speed pitch that's like a slurve curve kind of thing and a changeup. So he should be primed and ready. We're just getting set up here at up in the booth. And looks like we're ready. somehow. Okay. So we're going to have a little bit of change. We have Toger playing. Sean Toger's in left field.
Leading off for the Hawks, number 1, Isaac Gomez.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's in center field, I think. Caden Sauter's in right or in left field. Matthew Everson's in right. Sauter's in left. Toger, I believe, is playing center field, where Miller usually plays when he's not pitching. So I guess that's the only real change. The infield should be about the same. The first pitch of the game is up on the way. It's going to be in there for a strike. Miller hits the mitt. And we're underway. 0-1 is fouled off to the right-hand side, and it'll make it out. 0-2. So Miller works quickly ahead. 0-2. And we'll see how he feels about things here. If he's going to come with the heat or if he's going to throw the off-speed pitch. It's the heat right by him. Strike 3, and he's out. 1 down, top of the first inning.
Now batting number 11, Robert Whitaker.
And Miller looks real good after 1 batter. Robert Whitaker steps up to the plate for Horizon. Here comes the pitch. Inside, ball 1. A little bit high. Miller's ready to rock. There he goes. Strike 1 right down the middle. 1-1's your count. There's 1 down in the top of the first. This is the second batter for Horizon. The first one struck out. Miller has a sign. He bounces it in there. He may have slipped a little bit on the dirt out there. It's a little bit muddy, but it shouldn't be too bad. The sun's actually starting to come out a little bit, but we'll see what happens. 2-1 the count. Here comes the pitch. High, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to the second batter, Whitaker. And let's see what Miller has in store for him here. Hit is going to be straight up in the air. It's drifting, foul, but it stays in fair enough. And Max Bronson takes care of business over there in foul territory on the first base side for out number 2. It looked like it was going to blow past the dugout, but it came back in, which is why the expert cameraman here didn't get it. I thought for sure it was out of play, but my fault. Pitch hit on up the middle, fielded by Rubenstein. Throw to first base as it takes him off the bag, and he's going to be safe. So swinging on the first pitch. Got what we wanted was a ground ball, but the throw is a little bit errant. And Horizon has a pinch runner coming in for their 4th batter, who is also their pitcher today. So to reset it, we have 2 out, top of the first. First pitch is going to be hit on. It's going over to Snyder at second base. Gobbles it up, throws the first, and he's out. Takes care of business, and that's it for the Horizon Hawks in the top of the first. Nice of them to swing at the first pitch, the last 2 batters, and we're out of there. So after a half an inning, 0-0, Lampkin's coming to bat. We'll be right back. And we're back. Bottom of the first inning. Horizon's pitcher is also a left-hander. Doesn't look like he has overwhelming speed. Looks like he's kind of shifty, crafty a little bit. Throwing some breaking ball stuff in the dirt. Not a terrible fastball, but not like we've seen from the past few weeks where we're getting the number ones from a lot of the other teams, and those guys are throwing gas. So this will be a bit of a change. Leading off for the Lambkins is going to be the pitcher, number 28, Jude Miller. And we should be ready for some baseball here in a second. They're giving him some extra warm-up pitches, but I think we're just about ready. So Horizon saw 4 batters come to the plate. In the top of the first, nobody was able to come across the plate and score. 3 outs. 1 guy got on base and was harmlessly thrown out. Well, it was a fielder's choice. But anyway, they didn't get anything across the first inning. So here come the Lambkins. Bottom of 5. First batter of the game is going to be, like I said, Jude Miller. Pitching today. He bats right, but he throws left. And the first pitch. Called a ball outside. It was close. 1-0 is your count. The pitch. Outside for ball 2. Might need to make him throw you one at this point. First batter of the game. He hasn't thrown a strike yet. I'd sit on one, but that's me. I don't know what Coach Tag Lane's philosophy is on that, but we'll find out. Here comes the pitch down the middle. He was definitely taking, which is a smart idea. Make him throw you one before you want to commit too much. So it's 2-1 now, and he's ready. The 2-1 offering is going to be high and away. It's going to be a ball 3. Be nice to get Miller on early. He's got some wheels. He can get around the base paths pretty quickly. Whether it's a walk or a hit, doesn't matter. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. High and away again, ball 4. So Miller gets on a walk, and the Lambkins may be in business. Here comes Mr. Sean Toger. Toger can hit the ball a mile if he gets a hold of it. There's virtually no wind today. Let's see how he does against the left-hand pitcher. Miller has I'll get that pitch. Called a ball on the inside. The pitcher doesn't know where that went, but he's not happy with that. He'll get over it. So Miller's going to have a decent lead out there. Not a commanding lead, but we'll see if he goes. The pitch, not going. Swung on. Hit a gazillion miles. He hit that about 900 feet, and it's gone. Sean Toger with the home run. The long ball. Going, gone. And just like that, the Lambkins are up 2-0. I'm not sure that one landed yet. He hit it. He knew it. It was just a matter if it was going to be fair or not, and it was fair by a good stretch. 335 is the line to right field. He hit it more straight right field. That had to easily go 400 feet. Or 900, whatever you want to call it. I think he hit the school, which is a pretty good shot, but no, I'm just kidding. He hit the heck out of it. He knew it. It was gone. That brings up Oliver Stanovich. He takes a hack at the first pitch. And it's on 1. So Lambkins are quickly on the board. Thanks to a bomb by Mr. Toger. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit down the left field line, and it's foul. Foul ball, strike 2. Stanovich is wasting no time getting his swings in. 0-2's the count. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Stanovich is a sophomore. Plays a good catcher back there. He's pretty tough. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball 2. 2-2's your count. Pitcher's having a hard time locating the strike zone, and he might be shell-shocked after Tugger hit that one a mile. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off to the right-hand side. Going back and taking a look at it, it's going to be foul ball. The count remains 2-2. There's nobody out. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Lampkins already have two runners across. And jump out in front. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hit to the shortstop. Fielded cleanly. Throw over the first base is going to be in time. Got him by a step. So Stanovich grounds out at the shortstop. That brings up our shortstop, number 12, Dylan Rubenstein. He's been swinging a pretty hot bat these days. Slick fielding sophomore out there at short. Here comes the pitch. Curveball is going to be high. Ball one. Rubenstein sizing this guy up. Looking for something he can drive. Here comes the pitch. High and away again. It's going to be ball two. He's missing high and away all the time on the right-handed batters. That's about the fifth or sixth pitch he's thrown in the same spot. Can't find it yet, but we'll see. Here comes the 2-0. Outside ball. Oh, he called that. Okay, he gave him a gift. 2-1. He was feeling bad that the kid can't throw a strike, and he gave him the call. Maybe, I don't know. We're speculating here. Either way, it's 2-1. The pitch. Swung on. Stung. It's going to be out the left field, left center. It's going to be taken by the left fielder for out number two. Due to the fact that, there's a screen in front of us with a fence, you probably couldn't see him catch that ball because the pole is just right there, but it was a relatively harmless hit. It stung off the ball, but died in the air. And that brings up the third baseman, number 5, Gino Macarini. First pitch is going to be called for a strike. So 2 out. Bottom of 1. And Macarini takes a look at this guy, see what he has. Here comes the pitch. Goes about 50 feet, bounces to the catcher, ball 1. It may have made 55 feet, I don't know. It certainly was well short of 60, though. Either way, it's going to be a ball. 1-1's your count. Macarini digs in. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, fouled out to the left-hand side. It's going to be strike 2. 1-2's your count with 2 outs. Macarini's a senior. Today was senior day for the seniors, and they have a good class. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be outside for ball 2. 2-2's your count. 2-2 with 2 outs. Fort Collins senior class has been very successful over the past 4 years. They have a lot to be proud of. And they had a ceremony before the game today. Here comes the 2-2. It's going to be taken high. Ball 3. Full count. The payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled away. Stays alive. Got a pitch he wasn't able to handle real well, but got enough on it to foul it off and gets another chance. So that's what you do when you don't like the pitch, but it's a strike enough that they're going to call it. Tap it out, go for the next one. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, hit stung to center field. Right at him. It's going to be caught easily, and that's it for the Lampkins. So after 1 inning of play, your Fort Collins Lampkins 2, Horizon Hawks 0. We'll come back for the top of the second inning. You're watching the Lampkin Sports Network. Top of the second inning. Stepping in for the Horizon Hawks is going to be Austin Peterson. He's the fifth batter in their lineup. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, foul ball. Macaroni was able to get a glove on it, but it was out. 0-1 your count. Kind of hit that right off the top of the bat. It's not super cold, so that doesn't hurt, but it just doesn't feel very good either. So the 0-1 pitch here comes. It's going to be right down the middle. It's going to be chopped. Macaroni's going to take charge over to first base. Man, he's out. Great stretch by Max Bronson over there, giving up everything he had to make sure that he secured that catch. And there's one down. Great play. Macaroni threw it a little bit wide, but Bronson was able to stretch out, keep his foot on the bag for the out. I don't think the coach is very happy about that. As you can tell, he's at the plate, so they're going to talk about it. I'm sure he's saying you should check with the home plate umpire, but we'll see what the home plate umpire thinks. Man, they stick with the call. He's out at first base. So I'm sure the home plate umpire said, you made the call, bro. I'm over here. I don't see it. Why don't you just go with your gut? You know, you called him out, he's out. So either way, one down. And the first pitch is going to be hit out to right field. Iverson's right on top of it. Makes the catch for 2 down. So quickly there are 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Horizon shows the ability to want that first pitch. That's like the third batter that swung at the first pitch and made contact. And that's good for us. It was a quick out, and here comes the first pitch to this guy. It's going to be outside for ball 1. I think his name is Brennan. Cooper Brennan, I think they said. I don't know. Pitch inside. Ball 2. 2-0 is your count. Miller works quickly. He gets the ball, and he's ready to pitch again. That's going to be fouled down the right field line and out of play. It's going to be 2-1 is your count. The Lampkins must teach that to the pitchers because Toger's the same way. Gets the ball, he's ready to pitch. Gets the ball, gets his sign, and here it comes. Swung on, fouled straight back. 2-2 is your count. Nobody on, 2 out, top of 2. Lampkins enjoying a 2-0 lead at this point. And here comes the pitch. High and away, ball 3. Got away from him a little bit. And it runs the count to full. The payoff pitch. Right down the middle, strike 3, and he's out of there. So that will do it for the Hawks in the top of the second inning. Nobody on. No hits. And we're out. So after 1.5, it's going to be Lampkins 2, Horizon 0. And we'll be right back on the Lampkin Sports Network. And we're back. Bottom of 2. That'll bring up the first baseman, Max Bronson. See if he can size this guy up and get a good shot. The wind's picking up a little bit. It's actually blowing straight out, but barely. Here comes the pitch. Strike one. Caught the inside corner. And Bronson's now ready. Here comes 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit to the shortstop. Fielded cleanly. No, it goes through him. And right under his glove, or took a bad bounce, I'm not sure, but either way, Bronson has the base hit. It's probably an error, but he's on first base anyway. And the Lambkins are in business. Caden Sauter steps up to the plate. He's playing left field today. Had a great game the other night. Hit a home run. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be outside for ball one. We'll pan it out so you can see the runner, but here comes the pitch. Outside, but they give him the strike. 1-1's your count. Bronson's not a serious threat to steal, but you never know. He could catch him by surprise. He didn't have a huge lead anyway. Here comes the pitch. Outside for ball two. 2-1's your count. It's not that Bronson's slow. He's not a speedster like Miller, but, not very many people are. Here comes the curveball. It's going to be high for ball three. 3-1's your count. Sauter is a sophomore. Went 3 for 3 the other day, and when the Lambkins took out their frustrations or whatever on Mountain Range, it beat them 20-5. Hits the ball straight up in the air. It's going to drift. Center fielder's calling for it and makes the catch. So one down. And then stepping up for the Lambkins is going to be Big Bad Ben Hopper. Hopper can rope one if he gets his hands on it or gets a hold of it. It's going to be high. He calls it a strike. It wasn't, but we'll give him benefit of the doubt. He's starting to consistently call that outside pitch a strike, which is a little bit concerning since it's not one, but what do you do? Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Hopper drills one to left center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Bronson thought about going to third base, but thought better of it. Stays at second base. So Ben Hopper with the base hit. Runners on first and second. And up to the plate is going to be your second baseman, senior, Nathan Snyder. One down, bottom of 2. Here comes the first pitch. In there for a strike. Snyder can handle the bat pretty good. Slick fielder out there. He's a good fielder. 0-1's your count. And the pitch. Swung on. It's going to drop in there. It's going to be a single. Let's see what they do with Bronson. He gets by the center fielder a little bit. And everybody's safe. Bronson comes around the score. Snyder goes to second. Hopper moves up to third. And the Lambkins are rolling. So we're running across for the Lambkins in the bottom of 2. It's 3-0. Runners on second and third with only one down. And Jude Miller steps up to the plate. The infield's creeping in. They're looking for a play at the plate. I don't think Miller's going to bunt. Takes the ball high, ball 1. Miller, the pitcher, can help his own cause here with a nice base hit that could score potentially 2 runs. And here comes the pitch. High, ball 2. I'm not sure you want to load the bases up with Tugger on deck, but feel free if you have the guts. Considering you just hit one 900 feet, I wouldn't want to face with the bases loaded, but we'll take a walk here from Miller. That'd be nice. But he throws. Oh, he called it. Went low. It bounced. It looked good from my angle, but then you notice it. Then I noticed it bounced in there. 3-0's your count. Runners on second and third. And here comes your 3-0 pitch. Called a strike on the outside corner. 3-1. See if he can find it here, or if Miller's going to take a poke. All the infielders right on the edge of the grass. Here comes the 3-1. Called a ball. Ball 4. So worst case scenario for Horizon is having to face Sean Tugger with the bases loaded after he just crushed one. Here's his opportunity. Bases are loaded. 1 down. Bottom of 2. And Sean Tugger steps up to the plate. And the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Tried to come with a little bit of a slurve or slider, and it didn't get in there. It was a little bit on the outside. And called a ball. 1-0 is your count. Here comes the pitch. Low, ball 2. Horizon fans feel like they're getting squeezed a little bit. That was a close call, but that was low. 2-0 is your count. Let's see if he brings a strike anywhere near the baddest man in the land here. Curve ball swung. Tip foul. Into the glove. Strike 1. Through the slow curve. Tugger had a rip at it, but wasn't able to connect. And it was a strike. 2-1's the count. Bases loaded. Bottom of second. 1 down. Here comes the pitch. Low, ball 3. Hitters count. If he throws it anywhere near here, Tugger's going to take a rip. Let's hope he does. See if he can get something across. Your 3-1 pitch. Called a strike. It looked like it was outside and away a little bit, but they gave him the call. It was a kind of a late call. Tugger was already taking a couple steps to first base, but he's ready to go. I'm sure he'll gladly take another hack at this. So, full count. Bases loaded. 1 down in the bottom of 2. The payoff pitch. Fouled away, and we'll get another shot at it. Tugger had to wait on that one a little bit. It was off speed. And his off speed pitches are pretty slow. And here we go again. Full count. Here comes the pitch. It's stung into the center field. It's hooking. Center fielder goes back on it. Is able to make the catch. Here comes Hopper. He's going to score easily. And a sacrifice fly for Sean Tugger. Puts the Lambkins up 4-0. So 2 down. And Oliver Stanovich steps up to the plate. Runners on first and third. Tugger had a good hack at it. It was kind of curving, but it hung up there a little bit and put away pretty. High and away, ball 1. Pretty routine by the center fielder, but we were able. Fort Collins was able to get a run across. Runner going. He's going to stand up at second base. The catcher dropped it. Steals second base without an incident, without a play, without a throw. And both runners are in scoring position. 2-0 is your count. Here comes the pitch. Called a strike. He's giving him that outside corner again. And that was close, but it was close enough, I guess. Either way, it's 2-1. Stanovich is up at the plate. And here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He was right on it. 2-2, 2 down. Bottom of 2. And the pitch. Curveball is going to be high, ball 3. Runs have gone to full. This guy's throwing a ton of pitches. I can't believe he's going to last much longer. He may make it through this. I mean, we'll see if he makes it through this inning, of course. If there's a hit here, it may change his mind, but he's definitely not going to last more than another inning or 2. He's going full count to just about every batter. Here comes the full count pitch. It's going to be in the dirt. Ball 4. Take your base, and the bases are loaded again. And that brings up shortstop Dylan Rubenstein. 4-0 your score. Lampkin scored 2 in the first. They've scored 2 so far in the second. And find themselves in a good spot. The first pitch to Rubenstein. Swung on. Straight up in the air. It's drifting back. But the second baseman calls it, and he makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. So the Lampkins get 2 across in the second inning. After 2 at Deal Diamond. It is 4 Collins 4, Horizon 0. And we'll be right back on the Lampkin Sports Network. And we're back. Top of the third inning. Horizon steps up the plate. Max Sosa is the batter. Miller's first pitch is going to be swung on and fouled away. They're going to give a look at it, but it's going to drift out of play, and it's going to be 0-1, strike 1. 0-1's your count. Miller quickly has the ball. Here comes the pitch, right down the middle. Maybe called it low. Looked like a strike, but he was calling those balls when we were up at bat, so he's consistent. That's okay. Here comes the pitch, fouled off. It's going to be strike 2. 1-2 is your count. 0-2 pitch. That looked really good, but he didn't call it. Ball 1. He wanted to ring him, but he thought better of it. And here comes the 1-2. That had to be there. That's right there. He calls it a ball high. 2-2's your count. I guess the batter isn't super tall, so. Either way, here comes the 2-2. Maybe my count was
Now
off.
batting number 30, Tanner Bang.
I know it was 2-2, but it's obviously 3-2. He walked him. So sorry about that. I missed the pitch there somewhere, so it happens. Not a very big lead at first base. Here comes the pitch. He's going to square the bunt, and he's going to foul it off. Kind of self-defense there. That was coming right at his hands. He was able to get the bat on it, but fouled it straight back. He's got a two-step lead at first base. It doesn't look like he's going very far. The 1-0 pitch. Squares again, pulls back. Looked like a good pitch. He calls it a ball. That was close for it to be called a strike. Either way, 1-1. Let's see if they keep the bunt on. Squares the bunt. Gets away. Got runners going to second base. Thrown out there. He is safe. He got in under the slide, under the tag. Good throw by Stanovich. Ball bounced before him. He blocked it. Was able to get his body on it to save it from being a pass ball. Went away from him by about 7 to 10 feet, and he almost threw him out, but the runner's safe. He's at second base. And the count is 2-1. The pitch, he's going to square and bunt. He's going to successfully bunt. The guy's not running. Bronson fell down. The umpire didn't make a call. He called him safe, but he didn't make a call. That was crazy. So Bronson came in the field. He slipped on the wet grass. Fielded it, threw it over first base, but it wasn't in time. So Horizon has runners on first and second base with nobody out in the top of the third inning. And they keep squaring the bunt. Let's see if they'll do it again. Who knows? Lampkins are playing in at first base, back at third base, and the middle infielders are at double play depth. Here comes the pitch. He squares the bunt. He gets it down. Miller fields it. He's going to throw it to first base. It's going to be out at first base. That's your first out of the inning. Makes a good play. Moves the runners up, though. Did what he was supposed to do, and runners moved to second and third with one down. Miller made a nice play there. He pounced off the mound, gobbled it up, and made a perfect throw to first base for the out. Got him by a step. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. It's fouled straight back for a ball. Strike one. Cloudy and overcast now in Fort Collins. A little bit on the cool side, but a beautiful day for baseball. Your count is 0-1. The pitch swung on. Straight up in the air. It's going to be out to center field. Slips a little bit. Catches it. Here comes the throw to home plate. Cut off. And Horizon has their first run of the game.
Now batting number 6, Parker Aaron.
Sacrifice fly for the Hawks, and they break the seal. 4-1 is 4-1 is your score. So we have a runner on second base. 2 down, bottom of 3 or top of 3. Miller has a sign. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. Hit. Hot shot over to first base. It's caught by Max Bronson, and that is your third out. Not without an incident. Horizon gets one across the top of 3, top of the third. And as we head to the bottom of the third, it is Fort Collins 1 or 4, Horizon 1. And we will be right back. And we're back. Bottom of 3. Stepping up for the Lambkins, third baseman number 2, Gino Macarini. And the first pitch. Swung on, going to right field. Right fielder comes over. Ball gets down. Macarini's on his way to second base, and he'll be in there for a stand-up double. First pitch, swung on. Driven to right field corner. And the Lambkins are in business, bottom of 3. Stepping up to the plate, it's going to be first baseman Max Bronson. So the Lambkins quickly have another opportunity to get a run across. Here comes the pitch. Going to be called for a strike. Nobody out. 0-1's your count. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled away. Strike 1, strike 2. 0-2's your count. Let's see if Bronson can turn around on one here. Pitcher has the signal. Comes set. Here comes the pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Get nervous when those are outside because that guy's consistently calling the outside pitch, but that was a little bit too far outside to be called a strike. So your count is 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Curve ball stung the left field. It's going to get hung up in the breeze and caught. And Macarini's back at second base. He hit it good. Hit it out there a ways. But it was caught by the left fielder who made a nice play. And there's one down. Stepping up for the Lambkins, the left fielder number 16, Caden Zouters. First pitch is going to be high and away. Souders had a hit last at bat. Digs in. The pitch is going to be high for ball 2. 2-0 is your count. With just one down in the bottom of 3. Here comes your 2-0 pitch. Swung on, hit hard to the shortstop. He fields it, throws it over to first base in time. And that's out number 2. But the runner advances to third base on the play. So Macarini moves up 90 feet. And that brings up Big Ben Hopper. Had a single to left field, left center, last at bat. There's our runner on third base. The pitch is going to be inside, but the call to strike. Caught the inside corner. And Hopper's ready. 0-1. High, ball 1. 1-1's your count. 2 down, bottom of 3. Lambkins want to keep scoring runs, of course. They've scored in the first and second. Let's see if they get one across in the third inning here. 1-1 pitch. Swung on. Hit hard to third base. Fielded. He comes up throwing over to first base on time, and that's it for the Lambkins. So Lambkins threatened. Macarini gets a double as leadoff batter, but wasn't able to come across. And after 3 complete, Fort Collins 4, Horizon 1. And you're watching the Lambkin Sports Network. We will be right back. And we're back. Top of 4 here at Deal Diamond at Fort Collins High School. Horizon up
Number
to bat.
15, Merrick Stone.
Merrick Stone is your batter. Miller's still in the game for the Lambkins. He hasn't thrown a whole ton of pitches. Through 3. And he's been in pretty accurate around the strike zone. So here comes the first pitch. It's going to be swung on and missed. For strike 1. Miller has a sneaky fastball. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on. It's hit the right field. It's going to be out of play. 0-2. Throw strikes and work fast. The Lambkins are good at that. And Miller's already ready for the pitch. The 0-2 pitch. Hit up the middle. Fielded by Miller. Nice play. Runs it over to first base. Throws them out. 1 down. Nice play by the pitcher.
13, Austin Peterson.
Miller flashing his athleticism out there. Feels his position well. Good athlete, that kid. Good baseball player. Good wrestler. And there's 1 down in the top of the 4th. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be swung on. It's going to be fouled away on the right hand or down the right side. It's going to be 0-1. Miller hadn't thrown a lot of balls. He's been pounding that strike zone. And your 0-1 pitch. Swung again and missed. It's going to be 0-2. Pulled the string a little bit. And lefty on lefty. That looked like a good pitch, but it faded away at the end for a strike. 0-2 pitch. Swung on. Fouled away again. Stays alive. Miller will be attending Colby Community College in Kansas next year. Swung. It's going to make its way out. It went down the left field line this time. The count remains 0-2, 1 down at about top of the 1st. Miller will play baseball at Colby when he arrives in the fall. And we're looking forward to following him as his college career progresses. 0-2, hung, swung, tip foul. That's about the 4th foul ball right in a row, I think. So he's hanging tough up there. But Miller hasn't thrown a ball yet. All strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on. It's going to be hit out to Rubenstein. He's going to come up firing. And he's in time for out number 2. Nice play. It was a slow roller. Rubenstein had to field it and come up firing, and he did. And he got him by a half step. 2 down. And here comes Carter. Here's his first pitch. Swung on and missed. It's going to be strike 1. He may have tipped that a little bit, but it fell into Stanovich's glove. Either way, strike 1. Miller has a sign. Comes set. Here comes the pitch. Bounced in there. Ball 1. The deceiving thing about Miller is he'll throw that changeup sometimes. You can't tell if it's a changeup or a fastball from my angle. It just goes lower. Swung on out of play to the right-hand side. 1-2 your count. They gave it a look, but it was out of play by a long ways. Again, Miller is ahead in the count. I think it seems like he's been ahead in the count in every game or every batter this game. 1-2 is your pitch. Your pitch swung on. It's going to be foul ball. Tap to the third base line. And he stays alive. Two down, nobody on. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. Hit over to the first base, gobbled up by Bronson and taken by himself for out number 3. Horizon goes down in order, and we're heading to the bottom of 4. Your score. Fort Collins 4, Horizon 1. And we'll take a quick break. Okay, heading into the bottom of the 4th. Nathan Snyder will be up for the Lambkins. Same pitchers out there for Horizon. I don't know if he has a pitch count. I wouldn't know that. That's insider information. But either way, he's got to be coming close. He's read full count to a lot of batters. He's thrown a lot of pitches through 3 innings. So even if they don't score on him here, I'm guessing this will probably be his last inning. But you never know. Guess it depends on how the inning goes. Either way, stepping up for the Lambkins, senior second baseman Nathan Snyder. Snyder went to dig in, didn't like something, stepped out, and resets. The first pitch at the bottom of the 4th is going to be low for ball 1. Bounced in there. 1-0 is your count. Snyder looks ready. The 1-0. Swing and this. 1-1. The ball dove at the end there. He took a swing at it. It was essentially the first pitch over again, but swung on that time. 1-1 your count. Here comes the pitch outside. Called a strike. Wasn't. But they called it anyway, so your count goes to 1-2. Pitcher has a sign. Here it comes. It's going to be outside. He called it ball that time. I mean, if you're the pitcher, you got to hit that outside corner because he's calling it. He just didn't get it that time. Good thinking by the pitcher for Horizon. 2-2 is your count. And here comes the pitch. Swung on. Hit to the shortstop. Fields it cleanly over to first base. Pulled him off the bag. He was able to get him on the tag, though. Then there's one down. Not a bad play by the shortstop. A better play by the first baseman to get him on the tag. And there's one down in the bottom of 4. That brings up Lampkin's leadoff hitter and pitcher, number 28, Jude Miller. First pitch is going to be hit the left field. It's going to be right at him. Let's see if it gets over his head. Nope, it's able to reel it in with the bar right in the way.
Now batting number 13, Sean.
And quickly, there are 2 out. But Toger came up to bat, but they didn't want anything to do with him. They just walked him. Intentionally walked Sean Toger. He'll get on first base. Toger hit a ball 400 feet to first bat for 2-run homer. And then he drove in his third RBI today with a sacrifice fly. And he's on first base with the intentional walk. That brings up Oliver Stanovich. He takes a hack at it. It's going to be hit straight up. The infielder, shortstop's calling for it. Makes the catch for round number 3. So the Lampkins go quickly. I was just talking about this kid's pitch count. He just threw 5 pitches, maybe. So that'll help. The Lampkins swung at the first pitch and made outs the last 2 of the inning. So either way, we were done with 4 innings. Score remains 4-1. Fort Collins in the lead. And we will head to the top of the 5th inning. Miller's been cruising. So let's see if we can continue that here in the 4th inning. There we go. And we're ready for the top of 5. Game is moving along at a pretty good clip. This young man's name is Cooper for Horizon. The first pitch to him is going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Good pitch right down the middle. Working ahead again. The 0-1 pitch. Swung and a miss. Strike 2. Miller has the ball. He's already looking for a sign. Work fast. Throw strikes. Strike 3. 3 pitches. 3 swings. 1 out.
Now batting number 3, Maxton Sosa.
Maxton Sosa steps up for the Hawks. Miller's cruising. Made quick work of that guy. And let's see what Sosa can do. I think he walked last time. Here comes pitch. First pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. Miller already has the ball. He's ready to rock. Pitch. Right there. That has to be a strike, but he called it a ball. It'd be really close, but maybe it's been a touch inside. Ball 2. 2-0 your count. 1 down. Bottom. Top of 5. And the pitch. Right there. Same pitch. Got a strike that time. 2-2's your count. And here comes the pitch. Swung on, fouled to the right side and out of play. The count remains 2-2. Sosa digs in. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. High ball 3. 3-2 is your count. Full. Or fills up the count, I should say. And the payoff pitch. Swung on. It's going to be hit to left center. Toger is calling it. Takes charge out there. Makes the catch for out number 2. 2 down, top of 5. And Miller remains in total control. Hasn't given up very many hits. Of course, the 1 run, but here comes the first pitch of the at-bat. It's going to be swung on and missed. Strike 1. One and 1 you count. The corner infielders are in. They're on the grass. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. Fouled to the right side. It's going to drift out of play and strike 2. I'm wondering, now they're going to move back. I was wondering if they thought he was going to bunt. Because the corner infielders crept in. Like, you can't see it on the camera, but I thought I'd just tell you about it because it was interesting. But they fall back to normal depth on the 0-2 pitch. He's not going to bunt on 2 strikes. And here comes a pitch. It's going to be right there. Strike three. And that will do it to the top of 5. After 4.5 innings, Fort Collins 4, Horizon 1. You're watching the Lampkin Sports Network, and we will be right back. And we're back. Bottom of 5. First pitch was a strike. Rubenstein hits it to the shortstop in the hole, and it gets by him for a hit. And the Lambkins are in business. Rubenstein finds the gap. So the first batter at the bottom of 5 gets on. Bottom of 5th gets on. And stepping up to the plate, third baseman Gino Macarini. Rubenstein has a small lead. He squares the bunt, gets it down. You're going to throw him out at first base, but Rubenstein successfully gets over to second base. So we will call that a successful sacrifice bunt. Nice job, Macarini. And the Lambkins have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And stepping up is first baseman Max Bronson. Here comes the first pitch. Low. I thought he was going to call it a strike. Must have been low. Ball 1. Hit the dirt. Bronson, I think, hit last at bat. And I thought this pitcher would be out of here by now. But last thing, like I said, he only threw 5 or 6 pitches. He didn't throw very many. If he threw more than that, it wasn't very many. It was less than 10, that's for sure. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be outside. Called a strike. 1-1's your count. 1 down. Bottom of 5. Bronson digs in. Here comes the pitch. Called it outside. Ball 2. 2-1's your count. He has a late call when he calls that a strike, so I sometimes pause before I say it's a ball or strike, and that's why. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be fouled off to the right side, and it'll even up the count at 2-2. Rubenstein's out at second base. He has good speed. One would think if they're able to get this to the outfield, he'll score, but Before that, we got to get through the 2-2 pitch. And here it comes. Call to strike. Definitely outside, but he's been calling that, so strike 3. And 2 down. That brings up the left fielder, number 16, Caden Souders. The first pitch. Call to strike. I'd keep throwing to that spot. They can't hit it, and they're calling it. He's calling it a strike. So, I mean, it's a foot outside, but that's my opinion. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Ball away, strike 2. Souders digs in. Oh and 2. The pitch. Swung on, hit pretty good out to the left field. It's going to get hung up in the breeze. Caught by the center fielder, and out number 3. He stung it a little bit, but as we've seen, unless you really get into that, the ball's kind of hanging in the air today. And the center fielder made a nice play. So after 5 complete, Fort Collins 4, Horizon 1. It will be right back. All right, we're back. Miller throws fast between pitches, and he's fast warming up, so he's ready to roll. So we're on the top of the 6th inning. Miller's still on the mound. Stepping up for the Hawks is Oliver Gomez. Miller has a signal. The pitch in there for a strike. Oh and 1. He's not going. He's just going to go for the stretch now. Shot up the middle, and it's going to be a base hit. Nice hit for the leadoff hitter for the Hawks. See if he has. They're going to try to get something in motion there. Robert Whitaker steps up for the Hawks. So the leadoff hitter gets the first base on a sharp single up the middle. First pitch is going to be swung again. It's going to be hit out to Iverson. It's going to drop in front of him and get by him. That's going to bring the runner all the way around. They'll score easily. And the runner is going to get the third base standing up. Oh, he slides, but he could have stood up. And Horizon has another run. 4-2 is your score. He hit it pretty hard. Iverson got in front of it, but it played him. Short hopped him a little bit out there, and it got by him. Runner comes all the way around. And the batter got the third base on an error, but it's a triple. Ground ball to Schneider. He's going to take the out at first base instead of coming home, and Horizon has another run across. So they take the out instead of throwing home. And it's getting tight. 4-3 is your score. 1 down. Top of 6. Horizon quickly has 2 runs across, and Merrick Stone steps up to the plate. Miller's first offering is going to be swung and missed. Strike 1. Miller abandoned going from the wind-up position. He's just going to go straight for the stretch. Must feel comfortable there, and he's doing a good job, so don't change it if you're feeling good. Oh, and two's your count on a swing and a miss on that pitch. Here comes the strike three. Foul tipped into the glove of Stanovich and out. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out. 2 down in the bottom or top of the 6th. And here comes the first pitch. Outside ball 1. 1-0 your count. Had a pretty decent heat on there, but it was outside pretty good. So let's see if he comes with some off speed here. It's going to be hit straight up in the air. It's a mile in the air. It's going out to the right fielder. He calls him off. Iverson's able to make the play for out number 3. But Horizon was able to successfully get 2 runs across to tighten this ball game up. Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Lampkins 4, Horizon 3. And we'll be right back. Here we go. Bottom of the 6th inning. Coming up to the plate for Fort Collins is going to be Ben Hopper. And Horizon stays with the same pitcher. So my theory of too many pitches may be off the plate here or off the menu for our Horizon. They do have a guy warming up in the bullpen, though, in case you see some trouble. Horizon, I didn't say at the beginning of the game. Horizon comes into the game at 12-8, so they're no slouch. And they're putting up a fight. First pitch is going to be outside, ball 1. Even though he called it a strike, it was a ball. Winning close. 0-1 your count. Swung on, hit to the shortstop. The third baseman cuts him off, fields it, throws over to first base, and he's out. He had to go at that outside pitch, even though he didn't want it, because it's going to be called a strike, even if it wasn't. And he tapped out, slow roller to third base. I thought the shortstop was going to get it, but the third baseman made the right play, cut him off, took it himself, and threw him out. That brings up the number 9 hole hitter, Nathan Snyder. The first pitch to Snyder is going to be inside for ball 1. One down, bottom of 3, or bottom of 6, I'm sorry. Here comes the pitch. Outside. He didn't call it that time. He thought about it. Thought better of it. Called it a ball, 2-0 your count. Here comes the 2-0. High ball 3. A 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle for strike one. He was taking that anyway. Didn't matter where that pitch was. He wasn't going to swing. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Outside. Give him the call, though. He's been calling that consistently. That's a hard pitch to hit. But he's calling it, so you got to adjust. The count is full. Here comes the pitch. Bounced in there for ball 4.
Well, batting number 28, Jude Miller.
Top of the order comes up. The first batter. Number 28, Jude Miller, who's pitching a whale of a game. Gets a chance there with a runner on first base and one down. And here's the pitch. He's going to throw over to first base. He's back easily. He had barely a lead. But that's the first time he's thrown over to first base all game, so he's probably just making him known that he's going to keep an eye on him. Here comes the pitch. Going to be bounced in there for ball 1. One down. Bottom of 6. Runner on first. 1-0 is your count. Pitcher gets the sign. And here comes a 1-0 pitch. High, ball 2. Well, he called it a strike again. This guy's killing me. He calls it late and he calls it a strike and it's a ball. So, 1-1 is your count. The pitch. Hit up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Cleanly up the middle. And Snyder will get the second base. And that brings up Sean Toger. They walked him last time. They can't afford to walk him here and load the bases. So they're going to have, oh, they do walk him. And surprise, they walk him to load the bases, which is a shock. I didn't think they'd do it. But they didn't want to have anything to do with Toger. He's just crushing the ball. And they have no confidence that they're going to get him out. So they load the bases with one down in the bottom of 6. And Oliver Stanovich is your hitter. Here comes the pitch. High. Ball 1. A little bit high. Horizon fans weren't happy with that call. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Can't afford to walk him. I don't know if you take this pitch or not. I would say you let him swing away, but I'd be half tempted to tell him to take it and make him throw you a strike. Here comes the 2-0. Swung on, fouled away. It's going to be strike 1. Obviously wasn't taken, but, you know, it's tempting when he was that far off on the second pitch. Either way, it doesn't matter. 2 balls and a strike. Bases are loaded. Stanovich at the plate. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be swung. It's going to be drilled to left field right at him. It's going to bounce in there. 1 run across. Here comes the second runner to throw in. He's going to be safe at home. Snyder and Miller score. Stanovich with the single. And the Lampkins go up 6-3. Big runs in the bottom of the inning. There's still only 1 down. Runners on first and second. And Dylan Rubenstein is your batter. Big runs for the Lampkins. They needed that. I think Miller read that good. He almost caught the guy from third base, Snyder. Snyder was waiting to see if he needed to tag up. Here comes, I think we're going to have a pitch and change. So that'll do it for Horizon's pitcher. He pitched a good game. But he threw a lot of pitches, so they're going to have to make a change. That kid has nothing to be ashamed of. He pitched a good game. So we'll have a pitch and change in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the first pitch, well, his warm-up was not great. But we don't judge warm-up pitches, so I was just going to try to get a look at what this guy has. Either way, it's going to be Rubenstein's up at the bat. Runners on first and second. And we'll wait for...
Now pitching for the Hawks, number 16, Matt Warren.
Matt Boren, maybe? Soren, Boren, I'm not sure what he said. Either way, he keeps bouncing them in there. This catcher's not going to be real happy with this guy. He kind of fired it back at him, too. He's thrown about 5 warm-up pitches. They've all been in the dirt, or almost all of them. There, he found it. All right. Looks like we're ready for some baseball. And he's going to get another warm-up. Got a sharp curveball. 2 more warm-ups. Bounced it in again. The catcher must feel like a goalie for hockey. He's getting shots fired at him here. And we're ready for some action. So to reset things, Lampkins have 2 across in the bottom of the 6th inning. They have runners on first and second base. There's 1 out. And stepping up for the Lamp is going to be the shortstop, Dylan Rubenstein. Rubenstein had a single last at bat. And he's a solid hitter. Just a sophomore. Bright future for this guy. Here comes the first pitch. It's going to be called a strike, probably. No, he called it outside for ball 1. Must have fooled him. This guy has a little bit more MPH on the ball than their starting pitcher. MPH is miles per hour for those people who don't like acronyms. Outside ball 2. Bouncing it in there. He might want to make him throw him one. I'd take this all the way. Make him throw you a strike. He was having a hard time throwing strikes in warm-ups. The 2-0. Curveball is high, ball 3. Definitely taking this one. I don't know. We'll see if he can find it here, but... The 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. Runners move up 90 feet, loads up the bases. That brings up senior third baseman, number 2, Gino Macarini. And I'm still in the school of he just threw 4 balls in a row, and he's his first batter. You make him throw you a strike. I would not swing at anything until he throws a strike. We'll see what he does. Here comes the first pitch. It's going to be in there for strike 1. There it is, first strike. So now he's ready. Not sure if he was taken or not, but I'm glad he did. He had to establish something where he could prove that he could throw a strike. The 0-1 pitch. Outside, swung on, called a strike. Kind of a check swing, but they called it a strike on the swing. And it's 0-2. Pitcher looks. He half swung. He called him out on the swing. Another check swing. And that's out number 2. Macarini goes down on strikes.
Now batting number 18, Max Bronson.
And that'll bring up the first baseman, Max Bronson. Base is loaded. Bottom of 6. 2 out. And Bronson looks ready. The first pitch. Outside curveball, slider action, ball 1. Not a bad pitch. They got to respect that outside pitch because that guy's calling them, but 1-0's your count. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, hit straight up in the air. And drifting foul. Man out of play. Strike one. 1-1. 2 down. Bases loaded. Bronson looks ready. Steps off. He didn't like he needs a new cycle of signals. Looks in for his sign. Steps off again. They must be crossing each other up. They called a balk. He balks, and we have another runner in. Interesting. So 4 Collins scores without having to swing the bat. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2's your count. 2 down. And the pitch. High ball 2. Two and 2 with 2 down. Here comes the pitch. Swung on it, stung to right center. It's going to be trouble. It's going to drop. It's going to be extra bases. 1 runs in. Here comes the second run across. Bronson goes to second base. Let's stand up double. And the Lampkins have 2 more runs. Great piece of hitting by Bronson. Drives home 2 runs. And he's in there for a double. Lampkins have 5 in. And we're still in the bottom of the 6th inning. Stepping up, left fielder Caden Souders. The pitch. Swung on. It's going to be sitting in the same spot. Left field, it's going to be a gapper. It's going to roll all the way to the fence. Here comes Bronson around. Souders is going to go for 3. He's moving. He's a big dude, but he can fly. And he's in there easily for a triple. So the Lampkins are opening things up here in the bottom of 6. 2 hits essentially in the same spot. Gappers at the right field. 1 for a double by Bronson. Souders had a triple. Man, he can fly. He's a big dude, but that kid can run. Up to bat for the Lampkins is going to be Ben Hopper. He swings at the first pitch. It's going to go through the whole of first or third base and the shortstop for another run. Swinging at the first pitch, wasting no time. Hopper has the second hit of the day. And it's 11-3. And we're going to have a visit to the mound. Pinch runner for Hopper. I can't see a number. And we're going to have a pitching change. I am not sure who pitched there, but he had a tough time. And he's out of the game. So we're going to have a new pitcher. We'll try to catch his name here. I mean, you hate to judge a guy by his warm-up pitches, but that kid's warm-up pitches was not good. And then when he was able to get across, Lampkins took full advantage.
Number 27, Jax Kerber.
Jax Kerber is the pitcher for Horizon. The Lampkins played at 7 in this inning. And what was once a 1-run ball game has opened up. And the Lampkins are cruising. They're going to need 3 outs in the top of the 7th inning to get through. But we're not done with the top bottom of the 6th, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Snyder's going to come up to bat with the runner on first base.
Number 9,
Matthew Iverson is your pinch runner. Couple more warm-up pitches, and we'll be ready for some action. And we're ready. Not to judge by warm-up pitches again, but his warm-up pitches were solid.
Now batting,
He was right around the plate, so I could kind of see that coming with that last pitcher. He bounced about 5 warm-up pitches into the catcher. It wasn't looking good. Here comes the first pitch. It's going to be on the inside corner, strike one. Didn't look like a strike, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Sun speaking out again through the clouds. Runner on first base. We called that a strike? Holy cow. All of a sudden, the umpire wants to get out of the inning. He's tired of pitching changes. He said, I'm just going to call whatever's thrown and strike, and we're going to get out of here. 0-2's your count. Pitch swung on, hit the center field. Center fielder is on it, tracking it, and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Lampkins played 7 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And at the end of 6 complete, Fort Collins 11, Horizon 3. And we'll be right back on the Lampkin Sports Network. So we're in the top of the 7th inning. Miller remains in the game. See if he can finish what he started. First pitch is going to be high and outside. Ball 1. Miller's been working ahead most of the day. He's throwing a lot of strikes and hasn't thrown a ton of pitches. That's going to be hit to the right side and fouled out. Fouled off. 1-1's your count. 3 outs and the Lampkins can close the door on today's game and see if Miller can finish strong. He certainly looks strong enough. The pitch swung on and fouled away again to the right side. 1-2's your count. Lampkins were in a tight ball game and they broke it open. The 1-2 pitch is going to be right there. A little bit high. Ball 2. 2-2's your count. And Miller's working quick. He has the sign and the pitch. Swung on, hit the Rubenstein at shortstop. He fields it, throws it over to first base in time for out number 1. Nice play.
Now batting number 4.
1 down, top of 7. And the Lampkins are cruising. And here comes the pitch. Swung on and a miss. Strike 1. With the exception of that last batter where he threw him a ball, Miller's been ahead of almost every batter this whole game. Swung on. It's going to be fouled away to the right side. Bronson's going to take a look. And it's going to make it behind the dugout. Foul ball, strike 2. I think Miller's been ahead on, I said, maybe every batter but the last one. If not, it was not very many. So he's been solid all game long. 0-2, the pitch. Swung on. It's going to be high ball. Straight up in the air. Center fielder comes on. Toger has no trouble with it. Puts it away for out number 2. Lambkins are 1 out away from a victory. And we're ready. 2 down, top of 7. Here comes the first pitch. It's going to be low, ball 1. Bounced in a little bit. Good first pitch. Here comes the 1-0. Inside, I'll hit him. So it took a pretty decent shot to the leg. Hopefully that didn't feel too bad. But Horizon has a base runner in the top of 7. There's 2 outs. It's the first one Miller's really has gotten away from him. So here comes the pitch. Swung on. It's going to be foul hit to the right side. Iverson's giving it a look. It's going to drop in. It's a seeing eye single. And the runner goes to third base.
Number 1, Isaac Gomez.
He kind of tipped it. It looked like it was going to go foul, but it fell in. And there's runners at first and third with 2 down. Isaac Gomez stepped to the plate for the Hawks. And they're on their last out. Here comes the pitch. Swing, and it's going to go foul off to the right side. 0-1 your count. Miller doesn't need to really worry about the runner at first or third with a comfortable lead. Focus on the batter. And we'll get out of here. 0-1 your count. Outside. Strike 2 is your count. It goes both ways. That is a tough pitch to hit. But it's called a strike, and he's been fairly consistent about that. So your 0-2 pitch. Bounced in there for ball 1. Horizon's down to the last strike. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Hit to left field. Souders is going back on it. Back, and he makes the catch at the wall. He gave it a ride. Souders caught it, which would have been the warning track. 1 step from the fence. And that ends the game. Souders makes a great play out there to end the game. So the Lambkins are victorious once again. Your final score from Deal Diamond: Fort Collins 11, Horizon 3. Fort Collins improves their record to 18-3. We'll be back here tomorrow, same place, same time, 4 o'clock, as Prairie View comes into town to take on the Lambkins, which will essentially be our last home game for the year, barring playoff seedings, which will get a fairly good seed, and we'll hopefully host a first-round game. So signing off from Fort Collins Field, or Fort Collins High School at Deal Diamond, the Lambkins win on a dominating pitching performance by Jude Miller. Thanks for tuning in. This has been the Lambkin Sport Network in association with Nighthawk Burgundy Productions. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Over and out.